Hey guys, welcome back to another video brought to you by Dana's Electrical Services. And based on the environment, you might think this is a vlog, but actually it is not. I hope I have the leather in the back. I hope it's not making too much noise. So in today's video, I'm going to do a video that I wanted to do for a while, but normally when I'm on the job, I don't like to do videos when I'm on the job. I just want to focus on what I'm doing and get it over with. So it's always difficult to do a video while I'm on the job, but nonetheless, I'm going to try and do it today, and hopefully things go according to plan, because I might start this video and it doesn't complete. So what today's video is about is that normally I would get a lot of calls from customers, and they are telling me that they want me to come and do a check to see if there is a reason why their electricity bill is so high. They want me to come and check if there's a fault why their electricity bill is so high, right? And normally in the initial stage I used to try to avoid works like that, because I was thinking of the approach I need to take, and the approach that I had in mind, I'm thinking no, that is not enough. Because first thing I would do is to do a physical inspection. Anyone can do that as long as you know what you're looking for. So the physical inspection is that you want to check to see if anyone other than you or other than the wire that is going to your house is connected at any point beyond your meter. Right? So you basically want to check if anyone is connected to your meter. So for that you do a physical inspection. If a physical inspection doesn't identify that, what else can you do? When we had the analog meters, you could turn off a breaker and check if the disc is still spinning. If the disc is still spinning, you would know that, well, there is still some load on my meter, so definitely someone else is connected to my meter. But now the newer meters, the more digital smart meters, there could be, but I'm not sure of any way how to know if there is currently a load on the meter while the breaker is off. There could be a way. I'm just saying I don't know. So I'm saying if I get a call like that, at the time I was thinking the only thing I know to do is a physical inspection. And I'm saying, well, I don't think that is enough, and there must be more to it than that. Well, you know, in engineering, for the most part, they don't really teach you how to carry out, or they don't really teach you how to solve specific problems. But what they do is teach you principles, and based on all those principles, you're going to see the problem that you have and see the best solution to solve that problem. So, by thinking, I'm thinking, and then it hit me like, yeah, I know what else you can do with those digital meter, or with those smart meter. You're going to turn your breaker off, remove your meter, and when you remove your meter, you're going to bridge the meter socket, and then you're going to use a clamp meter to measure if you are getting any current. So you know that if you have a current at that point and your breaker is off, there is definitely a load that is pulling some current, right? So when I come up with that idea now, I say, yeah, that is what I needed to do all this time, right? So that is what I'm going to do today, but my clamp meter is broken, so I'm going to get a clamp meter. Also, I'm going to get a watt meter. Hopefully I can find a watt meter in the town close by me. There's a lot of them on Amazon, but it's not really accessible to me right now, so I'm going to try and get one in the town that is close by me. Alright, so when you get a call like that, 3 things you need to do. If someone call and say, well, I need you to carry out checks to see why my electricity bill is so high, because sometimes it's just a customer that need you to do those checks. Sometimes it's their utility provider who tells them to get a licensed electrician to come and check the premises to see if everything is okay, right? The first thing is that you want to check physically if there is anyone connected to your meter. That's the first thing. The second thing is to turn off your breaker and then check the current. You're going to turn off your breaker and then check the current on the meter socket to see if you're getting a reading for current and you know that there's a load on your meter point. The third thing is to check if you have any faulty appliances. So how you're going to go about doing this? Well, at first I was thinking that I will use the same procedure where I'll use the amp meter or the clamp meter to measure the current. Well, you know the voltage. It might be 120 volts or 110 volts depending on where you live. So, and then you could measure the current, but what that will give you is the apparent power, because voltage times current, that is apparent power. But the appliances, most time they give you the rating in real power, which is in megawatt. So a more ideal way to check the individual appliances is to get a watt meter. So you will plug the appliance, the watt meter, and it will tell you how much power the appliance is pulling. So based on the rated power and what you see the appliance is pulling, you will know if the appliance is efficient or not. So those are the three procedures. And we're going to carry out those procedures today, and you'll get a chance to see what we are doing. So stay tuned, guys. So I'm on my way to get the clamp meter and the watt meter now. So hopefully we get through with those. So stay tuned, guys. Alright, so I went and I buy the clamp meter. This is it. The brand is, what is this? Federali. That's what it says. You're seeing it in mirrored because I'm using the front camera, but this is it. This is for like $15. Yep, it's really cheap. So I'm going to use this one until I get to buy back another Klein Tools clamp meter. Hopefully it gets the job done. I didn't get the watt meter, but I'll make it work. So we're going on the job now, so stay tuned. So this is when I remove the meter from the meter socket. So I'm going to go ahead now and bridge the meter socket with wires. So here I have my meter socket bridge. I'm going to go ahead and get my clamp meter and put it on the correct settings, which is AC current. Here I put it on the lowest range, which is 200 amps, and I'm measuring the current for both legs. At this point the breaker is turned off, so there should be no current, and as you can see I'm not getting any current, so this means no other load other than what is coming from the home is connected to the meter. So this is when the breaker is turned back on. Currently the main load turn on in the house is a microwave that is currently running, so we get 0 amp for that leg right there, and we measure the next leg and we got 9 amp max, so that is the leg that the microwave is on. The freezer and the refrigerator is not on as yet, so that seems pretty much okay. Now I reach the stage where I'm checking some of the individual appliances, just the main appliances like the refrigerator, microwave, and any other main load that might pull a lot of current. So right here I'm checking the current, and if you can see I have a wire splitter because the clamp meter needs to go over one leg of the wires. So I have a wire splitter right here. This one I basically make it myself, but you can get a wire splitter to buy on Amazon. And as you can see I'm currently getting 0 amp. The reason for this is even though the refrigerator is plugged in, normally they take a while to come on. Well, some of them take a while to come on, so I have to give it some time for it to come on. So here we go, and I'm getting a current reading is currently rising. I get a max there of 2.9 amp, and that is normal. Some of the bigger refrigerators go up to 3.5 amp, so this is not really a big refrigerator, so I think this is a normal current for a refrigerator.
You can also see some of the smaller refrigerator going as low as 1.5 amp, so I think this is pretty good.
So now we are on to the microwave, which we currently have running, and if you see, I'm showing the rating here. The current rating is 10 amp. So if we go ahead and put on our clamp meter to see our current, I'm getting a maximum current of 9.2 amp, so it is within the range and acceptable, so it's okay. So now I'm back at the meter socket. The water heater is on, which is a 220 water heater, and I think this is better to check out the meter socket, so that's what I'm doing. If you notice, also the water pump is on, so the one that is higher, the water pump is on that leg, so you can see it's pulling a lot of current. So now we turn off the water heater to do some more check. On that leg we're getting 0 amp, and on the next leg we're getting 8 amp. That is because the water pump is still on. So based on these checks, you can see that the water heater is pulling almost 40 amps. So you can see that's a lot right there. That is a lot that the water heater is pulling. And at this point the microwave was turned on. That's why we have that spike in current right there, because the microwave and the pump is on the same leg. Okay, so that work is completed. So what I did was, first I carry out a physical inspection to see if there is any connection to the meter. After I did that physical inspection, as you can see, I went ahead and I bridged the meter socket, checked the current amperage. I checked the amperage when the breaker is turned off. I check the amperage when the breaker is turned off to see if any other load is connected apart from the load that is coming from the house. After I did that, I went ahead and make some checks as it relates to the different appliances in the home. Based on my checks, everything seems okay. Everything seems okay, but I did make some recommendation, because I realized that the water heater is an electrical water heater that is pulling most of the current. That is the heaviest load in the house, so I recommend that they limit the usage of the water heater as best as possible. We all know that the AC pull a great amount of load also. So all in all, everything seems normal at the house. That is normal for people to think that something is wrong while they are paying so much electricity, especially in Jamaica, while they are paying for so much electricity usage, especially in Jamaica. So based on my checks, everything seems normal at the house. Everything seems normal at the house. So I just recommend that if they want to see some reduction, to limit the usage of the water heater and the AC. Also, I didn't make this recommendation, but what I can follow up and do is recommend that they use a solar water heater instead of using an electrical water heater. It's going to be a big investment in the initial stage, but it might work out in the end to be a better investment in the long run. So that's about it. So that basically summarizes how you will go about doing a test to see why your electricity bill is so high. Also, it would be better if I had the watt meter, because with the watt meter I could see that, okay, this appliance is rated at, for instance, 120 watt, and when I plug the appliance in, I will see if it is within that range. Because if it is rated at 120 watt but it is pulling 150 watt, well, obviously something is wrong. So there is some fault as it relates to that appliance, and changes need to make. But all in all, I have a general understanding of what the current for each appliance should look like. So based on that, I could know if an appliance is within its rated current. I mean, some of the appliances, they have the rated current and then some doesn't. Like the microwave was rated at 10 amp, and I see where it was pulling, I think it was 9.2 amp for the maximum current. And so yeah, as one of the fridge also, I see the rated current and how much it was pulling. It was less than the rated. So all the appliances seem good, and as I said, I just make those recommendations. So I think they should feel more comfortable now, knowing that a certified electrician has come and checked the premises and see that the meter is not tampered with, and the appliances seems okay for the most part. So that's about it, guys. So there you have it, guys. This was another video brought to you by Dana's Electrical Services. Thank you for watching this video, and for more videos like these, electrical related videos, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, Dana's Electrical Services. Thank you.